Hello and welcome. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that many English learners find very helpful. This topic is about practicing speaking English alone. Many people think that you always need a partner to improve your speaking skills. They believe that speaking with someone else is the only way to get better. But the truth is, practicing alone can sometimes be even more effective than practicing with a partner. In this lesson, we will explain why practicing alone is useful, how to do it, and give you tips to make it fun, interesting, and productive. By the end, you will have many ideas to practice English on your own every day. Why speaking alone is helpful. First, let us understand why speaking alone is helpful. When you practice by yourself, you are in full control. You can choose the pace of your practice. You can slow down when you need to, and you can repeat words or sentences as many times as you want. One big advantage is that you do not have to worry about making mistakes in front of other people. Many learners feel shy, nervous, or afraid to speak in front of others. When you practice alone, you are in a safe and comfortable space. You can make mistakes, learn from them, and feel more confident without pressure. Shadowing. Copying English sounds. One of the most effective ways to practice speaking alone is called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a short audio, like a sentence, a phrase, or a short paragraph, and repeating it immediately. When you shadow, try to copy the speaker's pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. This method helps in two ways at the same time. It improves your speaking accuracy and your listening skills. You can use many resources for shadowing. English podcasts, YouTube videos, audio from books or apps. The most important thing is to repeat exactly what you hear, trying to sound like the speaker. The more you repeat, the more natural your speaking will become. Recording yourself. Another very useful method is to record yourself speaking. You can choose a topic, a story, or even just talk about your day. Speak for 1 or 2 minutes, then listen carefully to your recording. Pay attention to words you said correctly, words that were difficult to pronounce, sentences that were clear or unclear. Recording yourself helps you notice mistakes you may not hear while speaking live. It also allows you to track your progress over time. After a few weeks or months, you can listen to old recordings and hear how much you have improved. Thinking in English. Many learners try to translate from their native language into English. This can slow you down and make your speaking less natural. Instead, try thinking in English directly. For example, if you are cooking, describe what you are doing in English. I am cutting the vegetables now. I will put them in the pan. By doing this, your brain becomes more used to English and your speaking becomes more natural and fluent. Using stories. Stories are another excellent way to practice alone. You can take a short story, a news article, a scene from a movie. Read it once, then try to retell it in your own words. Don't worry if your words are not perfect. The goal is to speak freely and express ideas clearly. Retelling stories also trains your mind to organize thoughts in English, which is very important for speaking fluently. Role-playing. You can even do role-playing when you are alone. Pretend to have a conversation with someone else. For example, imagine you are at a restaurant. Speak both parts of the dialogue. I would like a sandwich, please. Waiter, here is your sandwich. Role-playing is very useful because it lets you practice real-life conversations in a safe space. Pronunciation practice. When you speak alone, you can also focus on pronunciation. Take your time to say words clearly. You can practice difficult sounds or words repeatedly. Tongue twisters are very helpful. They may seem funny, but they strengthen your mouth muscles and make speaking English easier. Spending just 5 minutes a day on pronunciation can make a big difference over time. Setting goals. Setting goals can make your practice more focused. Instead of just speaking randomly, decide what you want to achieve. For example, speak for 5 minutes without stopping. Use 5 new words in your speech. Record yourself telling a short story. Goals help you measure your progress and keep you motivated. Using technology. Technology can make solo practice more fun and interactive. You can use language learning apps, text-to-speech tools, AI chatbots. Some apps listen to your pronunciation and give feedback. Others give you conversation prompts. Technology allows you to practice even when you are alone and makes learning more exciting. Consistency is key. Practicing alone works best when you are consistent. Even 10 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a week. Regular practice trains your brain and mouth to speak English naturally. You can make it a habit by setting a specific time each day for speaking practice. Describing your day. A simple and very effective exercise is to describe your day in English. You can do this in the morning or at night. Start with simple activities. Brushing your teeth, preparing breakfast, going to school or work. For example, I woke up at 7 o'clock today. I brushed my teeth and took a shower. Then I prepared breakfast. This helps your brain think in English naturally and builds confidence with everyday vocabulary. You can also add details and emotions to make it more interesting. I woke up at 7 o'clock and felt very tired. I brushed my teeth quickly because I wanted to sleep a little more. Then I prepared breakfast and it smelled delicious. Adding feelings and details makes your practice more realistic and improves your ability to express ideas naturally in English. Self-questioning. Another method is self-questioning. Ask yourself questions in English and answer them aloud. Questions can be about anything, such as, what is my favorite book and why? How do I usually spend my weekends? What was the most interesting thing I did this week? After asking a question, think for a moment, then answer in full sentences. This helps you organize your thoughts and practice speaking clearly. Final tips. Practicing alone gives you freedom, confidence, and focus. Use techniques like shadowing, recording yourself, thinking in English, retelling stories, role-playing, pronunciation practice, describing your day, self-questioning. Remember, consistency is more important than duration. Even a few minutes every day adds up to big improvement over time. By practicing regularly and using these methods, you will speak English more confidently, clearly, and naturally. Practicing English alone. Advanced techniques. Practicing English alone is not just about speaking words. It helps you think in English, form complete sentences, and express your ideas clearly. When you practice regularly, your brain starts to organize thoughts in English automatically. This is very important for fluency. Using flashcards and vocabulary. One simple way to practice speaking alone is to use flashcards or a vocabulary list. Write down new words or phrases on a card. Then, try to make sentences with each word. For example, if your word is extraordinary. I saw an extraordinary movie yesterday. My friend told me an extraordinary story about his trip. Doing this exercise helps you use new words actively instead of just memorizing them. When you use words in sentences, your speaking becomes more natural, expressive, and confident. Storytelling. Structure your ideas. Storytelling is another very useful method. You can practice telling stories using a simple structure, beginning, middle, and end. For example, if you want to talk about a trip. Beginning. Describe planning the trip. Middle. Describe what you did during the trip. End. Describe returning home and your feelings about it. Organizing your thoughts this way helps you speak clearly, logically, and fluently. It trains your brain to put ideas in order, which is an essential skill for real conversations. Teaching someone else. Another great technique is to imagine teaching someone in English. When you explain a topic or concept aloud, you are forced to use clear and accurate language. For example, explain a recipe. First, I chop the onions. Then I heat the pan and add oil. Explain a game. In this game, You move your piece 2 spaces each turn. Explain a grammar rule. We use will to talk about the future. Teaching aloud helps you think deeply, use examples, and connect sentences naturally. It improves both your speaking skills and thinking skills at the same time. Reading aloud. Reading aloud is very effective. Take a book, article, or paragraph and read it aloud carefully. Focus on pronunciation, stress on words, intonation, and rhythm. Try to read with expression, as if you are telling a story to someone. Reading aloud improves your pronunciation, confidence, and speaking rhythm. You can also record yourself and listen afterward to notice areas to improve. Using imagination. Using your imagination makes practice fun and creative. Imagine yourself in different situations and describe them in English. For example, traveling to another country. Describe the city, people, food, and experiences. Meeting famous people. Imagine a conversation and describe it. Everyday situations. Imagine shopping or ordering at a restaurant. Imagination helps you speak freely, use descriptive language, and practice sentences naturally. Thinking in English during daily activities. Another advanced technique is thinking in English while doing other activities. For example, while walking, describe what you see. I see a red car. A dog is running across the street. While cooking, I am boiling water. I will add salt now. While cleaning, I am dusting the shelves. I put books in order. This trains your brain to use English continuously, which makes speaking fluent and automatic over time. Real-life questions. Think about situations in daily life and ask yourself questions in English. Then answer in full sentences. For example, if you are going shopping, what will I buy today? How much money do I need? If you are planning your day, what should I do first? What will I do after work? Answering these questions aloud prepares you for practical conversations and boosts your confidence. Combining techniques. You can combine different exercises to make your practice more effective. Read a short article aloud. Summarize it in your own words. Imagine a conversation about the topic. This way, you practice listening, reading, speaking, and thinking at the same time. Combining exercises keeps practice interesting, challenging, and productive. Using videos and movies. Watching short clips or movie scenes is another fun method. After watching, describe it aloud. What happened in the scene? How did the characters feel? What would you do in that situation? You can also pause and repeat dialogue, imitating the speaker's intonation and rhythm. This strengthens your natural speaking ability and helps you express opinions clearly. Practicing dialogues alone. You can write a dialogue on paper or create one in your mind, then act out both parts aloud. For example, a customer and shop assistant. 2 friends making plans. A teacher and a student. Speaking both parts allows you to practice different tones, responses, and expressions. You can pause, repeat, and adjust your sentences as you like. Focus on fluency, not perfection. Fluency over perfection. When practicing alone, don't worry about mistakes. The goal is to speak continuously and clearly. Over time, accuracy improves naturally. If you forget a word, try to describe it using other words and continue your sentence. This builds real-life communication skills and confidence. Memory exercises. Memory exercises are helpful too. Recall past experiences, stories, or events and describe them in English. Your last vacation. A birthday celebration. An interesting event at school or work. Include feelings, surroundings, and actions. This helps you build narrative skills and allows you to speak at length without pauses. Final thoughts. By using these techniques, you can practice English alone in many creative ways. Use flashcards and vocabulary exercises. Storytelling and structured ideas. Teaching and explaining topics. Reading aloud. Imagination and role play. Thinking in English during activities. Real-life questions. Dialogues and videos. Remember, fluency comes from practice, not perfection. Speak regularly, combine techniques, and enjoy the process. Over time, your English will become natural, confident, and expressive. Practicing English alone. Advanced exercises. Practicing English alone gives you the freedom to speak, think, and express ideas in your own way. There are many advanced techniques you can use to make your practice interesting, effective, and fun. Debates and expressing opinions. One excellent way to practice speaking alone is to debate or express opinions. Pick a topic and argue for or against it. For example, topic: is it better to live in a city or in the countryside? Start by stating your opinion. I think living in the countryside is better because it is peaceful and clean. Give reasons. There is less noise and pollution. People can enjoy nature and relax more. Give examples. Last year, I visited a village and it was very calm and beautiful. You can also practice both sides of the argument. First, argue one side, then switch and argue the other side. This improves your flexibility in thinking and using English and helps you become more confident in expressing your ideas. Using songs and lyrics. Songs are a fun way to practice English. Choose an English song and explain the meaning of each line in your own words. Sing along while focusing on pronunciation and rhythm. This method combines listening, speaking, and memory skills. It also makes learning more enjoyable and motivating. Describing your surroundings. Another useful exercise is to describe your surroundings in English. Look around your room, house, or workplace and describe everything you see in detail. For example, I see a blue chair next to the table. There is a small plant on the window. Sunlight is coming through the window, and the room looks warm and bright. You can also imagine changes in your surroundings. I would like to put a big bookshelf next to the wall. I will place a red carpet on the floor and a white lamp on the desk. This exercise helps you practice vocabulary, sentence structure, and imagination. It also allows you to use future tense and conditional sentences naturally. Problem solving in English. Practicing problem solving is another advanced technique. Think of a problem you might face and explain how to solve it aloud. For example, problem: your computer stops working. Solution: if my computer does not work, I will first check the power supply. Then I will restart it. If it still does not work, I will call technical support. This exercise improves logical thinking, speaking clearly, and explaining solutions in English. Summarizing news and articles. Read a short news article or report, then summarize it aloud in your own words. Include what happened, who was involved, where it took place, why it is important. You can also give your opinion about the event. Summarizing news improves vocabulary, fluency, and structured thinking. It also prepares you to discuss current events with others. Daily speaking challenges. Create small daily challenges for yourself to keep practice focused and fun. Examples: speak for 10 minutes without stopping. Use 5 new words in your speech. Describe 5 objects in your room. Daily challenges give you a sense of achievement and keep you motivated to practice every day. Tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are great for pronunciation, speed, and clarity. Start slowly and gradually increase speed. Example: she sells seashells by the seashore. Repeat several times, focusing on each sound. Tongue twisters strengthen your mouth muscles and make speaking more precise. This is very helpful for improving fluency. Storytelling prompts. Using storytelling prompts develops creativity, vocabulary, and fluency. Example prompt: imagine you find a mysterious box in your garden. What do you do next? Speak aloud and describe your thoughts, actions, and feelings. This exercise trains your brain to speak in full sentences without stopping. Explaining processes. Practice explaining processes step by step in English. Example, making a cup of tea. First, I boil water in a kettle. Then, I put a tea bag into a cup. I pour the hot water into the cup. I wait for 2 minutes and then remove the tea bag. Finally, I add sugar and milk. This improves your ability to use sequence words like first, then, next, and finally, and helps you speak clearly and logically. Imaginary interviews. Imagine you are being interviewed for a job, school project, or magazine. Ask yourself questions and answer in English. Examples. What are your strengths? Why do you want this job? Tell me about a challenge you overcame. Practicing interviews helps you speak confidently, organize ideas, and respond clearly. Planning your day or week. Speak aloud about your plans and goals. Today, I will study English for 30 minutes in the morning. I will read a short article in the afternoon and write down 5 new words. In the evening, I will practice speaking aloud for 10 minutes. Planning aloud strengthens your ability to think in English and use future tense naturally. Expressing opinions. Choose topics that interest you and speak for 2 or 3 minutes. What is the best way to spend a weekend? Should students use smartphones in class? Give reasons and examples to support your opinion. This improves fluency and confidence in sharing ideas. Role-playing everyday scenarios. Even when alone, you can role-play daily conversations. Ordering food at a restaurant. Asking for directions. Shopping in a store. Speak both parts aloud. This practice allows you to experiment with different responses, tones, and expressions. Final tips. Remember, practicing alone is about fluency, confidence, and creativity, not perfection. Use these techniques. Debates and opinions. Songs and lyrics. Describing surroundings. Problem solving. Summarizing news. Daily challenges. Tongue twisters. Storytelling prompts. Explaining processes. Imaginary interviews. Planning your day or week. Expressing opinions. Role-playing. By combining these exercises, you can make your solo English practice engaging, productive, and enjoyable. The more regularly you practice, the more confident and natural your English speaking will become. Practicing English alone. Advanced Techniques, Part 2. Practicing English alone can be fun, creative, and very effective. Here are more advanced exercises you can try to improve your speaking skills, thinking in English, and fluency. Role-playing and quick thinking. Role-playing is a great way to prepare for real conversations. It helps you think quickly in English and respond naturally. You can also use English while doing creative activities such as drawing, cooking, or gardening. Describe what you are doing aloud and explain each step. For example, while cooking, I am chopping onions finely. I am heating oil in a pan. I will add the onions and fry them until they are golden. This connects speaking practice to real-life actions, making learning more natural and engaging. Telling jokes and funny stories. Humor is another powerful tool. Practicing jokes or funny stories helps you speak naturally, creatively, and expressively. Find short jokes online or make your own. Practice telling them aloud. Focus on pronunciation, timing, and expression. This exercise improves speaking rhythm, intonation, and confidence while making practice fun. Picture description exercises. Look at a photo or painting and describe it aloud in English. For example, describe people, their actions, the background, and the mood. Imagine a story behind the picture. Picture description exercises. Expand your vocabulary. Improve sentence structure. Develop storytelling skills. Hypothetical situations. Practicing hypothetical situations helps you think creatively and use conditionals and future tense. For example, what would I do if I won $1 million? How would I spend my day if I could travel anywhere? Speaking about what-if situations improves your ability to imagine, describe, and plan in English. Question and answer exercises. Prepare a list of questions or find them online. Ask the questions aloud and answer in complete sentences. For example, what is your favorite hobby and why? How do you usually spend your holidays? What are your plans for next year? These exercises improve fluency, sentence formation, and thinking in English. Narrating imaginary conversations. Imagine speaking with a friend, teacher, or colleague and practice both sides of the conversation. For example, inviting a friend to a party. Hi, would you like to come to my party this Saturday? I will have music, food, and games. Friend, yes, I would love to come. What time should I arrive? Practicing both sides prepares you for real-life dialogues and improves fluency and flexibility. Talking about hobbies and interests. Choose a hobby you enjoy, such as reading, sports, painting, or cooking, and describe it in detail. For example, I love painting because it allows me to express my emotions and creativity. I usually paint in the evening when it is quiet and I can focus. You can also explain why you like your hobby, tools or materials you use, challenges you face while practicing it. Talking about hobbies is engaging and motivating, making practice more natural. Storytelling with personal experiences. Choose a real experience from your life and narrate it in English. For example, last summer, I went to the beach with my friends. We played volleyball, swam in the sea, and watched the sunset. I felt very happy because I spent time with my friends and enjoyed nature. This helps you. Use past tense naturally. Expand your vocabulary. Build confidence expressing ideas. Explaining processes in detail. Instead of simple steps, add reasons, tips, and explanations when explaining a process. Example, making tea. First, boil water in a kettle because boiling water ensures the tea will taste strong. Then add a tea bag to a cup and pour the hot water over it. Wait for 2 minutes to allow the tea to steep properly. Finally, remove the tea bag and add sugar or milk if desired. This helps you connect ideas logically and speak clearly and fluently. Planning and reflecting on goals. Speak aloud about short-term and long-term goals. Today, I will study English for 30 minutes and practice speaking for 10 minutes. Next week, I want to learn 5 new phrasal verbs and use them in sentences. Talking about goals trains you to use future tense, conditionals, and motivational language. It also helps you reflect on progress and celebrate achievements. Debates and opinions. Pick a topic and express your opinion clearly. Example, is it better to read books or watch movies? I believe reading books is better because it improves imagination, vocabulary, and concentration. I enjoy reading novels because they allow me to explore new ideas and cultures. You can also practice counterarguments, thinking about the opposite opinion and responding aloud. This improves logical thinking, sentence organization, and persuasive skills. Imagination and creativity. Use your imagination to create scenarios and describe them in English. Traveling to a new country. Meeting a famous person. Solving a mystery. Example, I am visiting Japan for the first time. I arrive at the airport and feel excited. I take a taxi to my hotel and notice many interesting shops and restaurants. This expands vocabulary, encourages descriptive language, and helps you speak naturally without hesitation. Storytelling from multiple perspectives. Describe an event from different points of view. Example, school project. Your perspective. I was nervous about presenting. Classmates' perspective. It looked like I was confident. Teacher's perspective. I noticed that the student prepared very well. This improves your creativity, observation, and storytelling skills. Practicing English alone. Advanced exercises, Part 3. Practicing English by yourself can improve your fluency, vocabulary, sentence variety, and confidence. Here are more advanced exercises to make your practice effective and enjoyable. Expressing feelings and emotions. Practicing expressions of feelings and emotions helps you speak more naturally and expressively. Choose a situation and explain your feelings using adjectives and reasons. Example: I felt excited when I visited the museum because I saw many interesting paintings. I also felt nervous before speaking to the guide because I wanted to ask questions correctly. Practicing emotions allows you to expand vocabulary related to feelings, connect sentences naturally, make your speaking more engaging and expressive. I watched a video about environmental protection. The speaker explained how recycling can reduce pollution. I think recycling is very important because it helps protect nature and future generations. This exercise improves listening comprehension, vocabulary, speaking fluency, hypothetical situations, and conditional sentences. Think about what-if scenarios and explain your actions aloud. Example: what would I do if I lost my wallet? I would first check my bag carefully. If I cannot find it, I would call the bank to block my cards. If someone finds it, I hope they return it. Practicing hypothetical situations helps you use conditional tenses, improve problem-solving language, think logically in English, role-playing for professional or practical situations. Imagine conversations you might have at work, school, or daily life. Shop, ask for prices, explain what you want, and thank the cashier. Business, introduce yourself, explain your work, or give a presentation. Role-playing prepares you for real-life situations and increases confidence when speaking English. Storytelling with dialogues. Instead of only narrating thoughts, include conversations between characters. Example: I met my friend at the park. I said, "Hi, how are you today?" My friend replied, "I am good, thank you. What about you?" I said, "I am feeling great because the weather is nice." Adding dialogues improves natural conversational language, intonation, question forms, and responses. Descriptive exercises. Choose an object, person, or place and describe it in detail. Example: I will describe my favorite book. The cover is blue and has a picture of a tree. The story is about a young boy who discovers a magical world. I like this book because it teaches important life lessons and has exciting adventures. Descriptive exercises improve adjectives usage, sentence variety, storytelling skills. Time-based speaking exercises. Set a timer and speak about a topic for a set amount of time, 1, 2, or 5 minutes. Example: talk about your favorite movie for 3 minutes, using as many details, opinions, and examples as possible. Time-based exercises improve fluency, confidence, ability to organize thoughts quickly. Summarizing. Take a paragraph, article, or video and summarize it aloud. Focus on main points, key details, your opinion if appropriate. Summarizing helps speak clearly and concisely. Understand and process information quickly. Explaining rules or instructions. Explain rules or steps aloud, such as a game, sport, or recipe. Example: chess. First, each player sets up their pieces on the board. Then, players take turns moving one piece at a time. The goal is to capture the opponent's king while protecting your own. Explaining rules improves sentence organization. Use of sequential language. Clear and logical speaking. Thinking aloud while problem solving. Speak your ideas aloud while solving problems. Example: Planning a project. I need to finish this project by Friday. First, I will research the topic and take notes. Then I will organize my notes into a presentation. Finally, I will rehearse my speech and make improvements. This trains your brain to use English naturally in practical situations. Speak logically and clearly. Comparison exercises. Compare two things aloud. Example, coffee versus tea. Coffee is stronger and more bitter, while tea is lighter and has many flavors. I like coffee in the morning because it wakes me up, but I enjoy tea in the evening because it is relaxing. Comparisons help you use adjectives. Vary sentence structures. Express opinions clearly. Imagining future events. Describe future events in detail. Example, next year I will travel to Europe. I will visit France, Italy, and Spain. I will see famous landmarks, taste local food, and meet new people. I will also practice my English by talking to locals. This helps you use future tense confidently. Think creatively in English. Giving advice. Practice giving advice aloud. Example, if someone feels nervous about speaking English, I would suggest practicing alone every day for at least 10 minutes. I would also suggest recording their voice and listening carefully to notice areas for improvement. Giving advice improves ability to explain solutions, logical thinking, clear communication. This completes another section of advanced solo English speaking exercises, focusing on feelings, opinions, imagination, logical thinking, and creativity. Practicing English alone. Advanced exercises, Part 4. Practicing English alone can help you speak naturally, think clearly, and express ideas confidently. Here are more advanced exercises you can use for solo practice. Giving advice aloud. Giving advice aloud helps you practice modal verbs, conditionals, and persuasive language. Think about a problem or situation and explain your advice. Example, if someone feels nervous about speaking English, I would suggest practicing alone every day for at least 10 minutes. I would also suggest recording your voice and listening carefully to notice mistakes. This exercise improves use of modal verbs, should, would, could, conditional sentences, persuasive and clear language. Story continuation. Start a story and continue it aloud, adding details, events, and descriptions. Example, once upon a time, there was a small cat who loved exploring the garden. One day, the cat found a hidden door. What happens next? I imagine the cat opened the door and discovered a beautiful secret garden full of flowers and butterflies. Story continuation exercises help you think and speak spontaneously. Improve creativity and imagination. Expand vocabulary naturally. Summarizing movies or TV shows. After watching a movie or TV show, summarize it aloud. Describe the plot. Talk about the main characters. Explain your favorite scenes or moments. Example, I watched a movie about a young girl who learns to dance. She faced many challenges, but she never gave up. I liked the scene where she performed in front of a large audience. Benefits. Use past tense naturally. Connect ideas logically. Express opinions clearly. Giving directions. Practice giving directions aloud as if someone is visiting your city. Example, first, go straight for 2 blocks. Then turn left at the traffic light. You will see a park on your right. The restaurant is next to the park. Benefits. Practice prepositions and sequence words. Use spatial vocabulary naturally. Prepare for real-life conversations. Describing emotions and reactions. Practice describing feelings about events, books, movies, or personal experiences. Example, I felt surprised when I read the ending of the book because I did not expect that character to return. I felt happy when my friend congratulated me on my success. This exercise improves vocabulary for feelings. Sentence connection and flow. Expressiveness and engagement. Hypothetical advice. Imagine scenarios and give advice or solutions using conditional sentences. Example: if I were lost in a foreign city, I would ask people politely for directions. I would also use a map on my phone to find my location. Benefits. Practice problem-solving language. Use modals and conditionals naturally. Develop logical reasoning. Talking about your learning process. Explain how you study English, your challenges, and what methods work best for you. Example: I practice speaking alone every day for at least 10 minutes. I record my voice and listen carefully to notice mistakes. I also read aloud and summarize stories to improve my vocabulary. Benefits. Reflect on your progress. Use clear, structured language. Practice present tense and logical explanations. Comparing past and present experiences. Compare your past and current experiences to practice tenses and express personal growth. Example: I used to be very shy when speaking English. I did not speak much in class. Now I practice alone every day and I feel more confident speaking in front of others. Benefits. Use past and present tenses accurately. Express growth and improvement. Connect sentences logically. Speaking about future plans. Talk about future plans in detail, including how and why you will do something. Example: next month I will start learning cooking. I will take online classes and practice for 1 hour every day. I want to improve my skills because I enjoy preparing meals for my family. Benefits. Use future tense naturally. Develop logical thinking. Practice sequencing ideas. Giving instructions for daily tasks. Explain tasks step by step using sequence words. Example: cleaning a room. First, I will pick up all the clothes and put them in the laundry basket. Then, I will dust the shelves and wipe the table. Finally, I will vacuum the floor and organize everything neatly. Benefits. Clear, organized speech. Practice sequencing and clarity. Speak fluently about practical tasks. Acting out dialogues. Read dialogues from books, scripts, or online materials and act out both parts. Focus on pronunciation, intonation, and natural pauses. Example: customer and shop assistant greetings and questions. Benefits. Improve fluency and natural rhythm. Build confidence for real-life conversations. Retelling stories. After reading a story, article, or watching a video, retell it in your own words. Example: a boy visited a new city and saw many interesting places. He met new friends and learned about different cultures. Benefits. Use your own vocabulary. Practice sentence variety. Speak confidently and clearly. Self-interview. Pretend you are being interviewed for a magazine, podcast, or TV show. Ask yourself questions and answer in detail. Example: what is your favorite place to visit and why? How do you usually spend your free time? Benefits. Speak naturally. Organize answers logically. Provide detailed responses. Explaining ideas or concepts. Choose a topic and explain it aloud. Example: recycling. Recycling helps reduce pollution, protect the environment, and save energy and resources. Benefits. Use logical connectors. Expand vocabulary. Speak clearly and effectively. Giving instructions for complex tasks. Explain processes like planning a study schedule or organizing a project. Example: I will first list all the subjects I need to study. Then I will allocate specific time slots for each subject. I will include short breaks to stay focused and avoid fatigue. Finally, I will review my plan at the end of the day. Benefits. Practice sequencing words. Explain clearly and logically. Develop organized speech naturally. Predicting outcomes. Think about a situation and describe what might happen next. Example: if it rains tomorrow, I will stay at home and read a book. If it is sunny, I will go for a walk in the park. Benefits. Practice conditional sentences and future tense. Develop logical reasoning. Think creatively while speaking. This section focuses on advanced solo exercises for feelings, storytelling, advice, predictions, comparisons, and explanations. It trains you to speak fluently, logically, and expressively in English. Practicing English alone, Advanced Exercises, Part 5. Speaking English alone is a very useful way to improve your fluency, vocabulary, and confidence. Here are more techniques and exercises that will help you practice advanced speaking skills. Speaking about historical events. Choose a historical event and describe it in your own words. Example: the Industrial Revolution started in the 18th century in England. It changed the way people worked and lived. Factories were built and new machines were invented. People moved to cities to find jobs. Benefits. Practice summarizing information. Use past tense naturally. Explain cause and effect relationships. Expressing preferences and choices. Practice talking about your preferences aloud. Explain why you prefer one thing over another. Example: I prefer reading books rather than watching movies because reading allows me to imagine the story in my mind. I enjoy books with interesting characters and exciting plots. Benefits. Practice comparative language. Explain reasons clearly. Express opinions naturally. Summarizing advice from experts. Read tips or advice from experts and then explain them aloud in your own words. Example: I read an article about healthy eating. The author suggested eating more vegetables and fruits, drinking plenty of water, and avoiding processed foods. I think these tips are very useful because they help people stay healthy and have more energy. Benefits. Practice paraphrasing. Use clear explanations. Improve sentence variety. Describing changes over time. Talk about how things have changed over the years. Example: 10 years ago, my city had fewer buildings and more open spaces. Now, many new shops and apartments have been built. Benefits. Practice past and present tenses. Use comparative language. Explain chronological changes. Giving instructions for creative projects. Explain a creative process step by step. Example: painting a landscape. First, I will choose the colors I need. Then I will draw the outline of mountains, trees, and a river. Next, I will fill in the colors carefully and add details like shadows and highlights. Benefits. Practice descriptive language. Use sequencing words. Communicate clearly and logically. Speaking critically about a topic. Choose a topic and share your opinion while explaining your reasoning. Example: I think using renewable energy is very important. It helps reduce pollution and protect natural resources. I also believe that governments should invest more in solar and wind energy. Benefits. Develop logical reasoning. Connect ideas naturally. Practice expressing opinions clearly. Storytelling with multiple outcomes. Start a story and imagine different endings. Example: I found a mysterious key in my garden. One ending could be that it opens a treasure chest. Another ending could be that it opens a secret door in my house. Benefits. Improve creativity and imagination. Expand vocabulary. Speak fluently and spontaneously. Giving reviews. Practice giving your opinions about books, movies, products, or restaurants. Example: I watched a movie about a young scientist who discovers a new planet. I really enjoyed it because the story was exciting and the characters were interesting. I would recommend it to my friends. Benefits. Use adjectives naturally. Give opinions clearly. Practice supporting opinions with examples. Describing future inventions. Imagine future technologies and inventions and describe them aloud. Example: in the future, I imagine cars will run on clean energy and fly above the city. People will use robots to help with household tasks. Technology will make life easier and more efficient. Benefits. Practice future tense. Use conditional sentences. Speak creatively. Speaking about social issues. Talk about social problems and explain your opinions and solutions. Example. Pollution is a serious problem in many cities. I think governments should implement stricter laws to reduce emissions. People should also use public transport and recycle more. Benefits. Practice structured sentences. Use persuasive language. Express complex ideas clearly. Explaining problem-solving steps. Describe step by step how you would solve a problem. Example. If my computer is not working, I will first check if it is plugged in. Then I will restart it. If it still does not work, I will call technical support. Benefits. Speak clearly and logically. Practice step-by-step explanations. Improve structured communication. Summarizing daily experiences. Talk about events from your day or week in detail. Example. Today I went to the market. I bought fresh vegetables and some fruits. I met a friend there and we talked for a while. I felt happy because I spent time outside and enjoyed the fresh air. Benefits. Practice past tense naturally. Expand vocabulary. Speak fluently about real-life experiences. Describing hypothetical inventions. Imagine a new invention and describe how it works. Example. I would like to invent a device that translates languages instantly. This device would help people communicate easily while traveling or working with others from different countries. Benefits. Practice future tense and conditional sentences. Use creative thinking. Speak clearly and logically. This section focuses on historical events, preferences, advice, critical thinking, creativity, and social issues. Practicing these exercises will help you speak fluently, express ideas logically, and think creatively in English. Advanced Solo English Speaking Exercises, Part 6. Practicing English alone is a great way to improve your fluency, vocabulary, and confidence. Here are more techniques and exercises to make your speaking practice more effective and interesting. Imagining inventions. Imagine new inventions and describe them in detail. Example. I would like to invent a device that translates languages instantly. This device would help people communicate easily while traveling or working with others from different countries. Benefits. Practice future tense. Use conditional sentences. Improve descriptive language. Giving short presentations. Choose a topic, prepare a few points in your mind, and speak aloud for 2 to 3 minutes. Example. I will give a presentation about my favorite hobby, reading. I like reading because it relaxes me. I enjoy different kinds of books, and it helps me learn new words. Benefits. Build confidence. Organize your ideas clearly. Speak for longer periods. Role reversals. Imagine two people having a conversation and switch roles while speaking. Example. I can play a teacher and a student. I ask a question as the teacher, then answer as the student. Benefits. Practice different tones. Use varied vocabulary. Speak more flexibly and naturally. Visual storytelling. Look at a picture, painting, or photo and create a story about it. Example. I see a man walking in a park with a dog. He finds a small lost cat and decides to help it. Benefits. Improve creativity. Practice descriptive language. Speak fluently and imaginatively. Expressing cause and effect. Choose an event and explain why it happened and what resulted. Example. I woke up late because my alarm did not ring. As a result, I missed my bus and had to walk to work. Benefits. Use linking words. Practice past tense. Explain events logically. Giving recommendations. Choose a topic and explain why you recommend it. Example. I recommend visiting the beach because it is relaxing, beautiful, and full of fun activities. Benefits. Practice opinion language. Speak persuasively. Use sentence variety. Imaginary interviews. Imagine interviewing a famous person and answer as if you were them. Example: I ask a famous author, "What inspired you to write your book?" They answer, "I wanted to share my experiences and inspire others." Benefits: improve imagination. Practice sentence variety. Develop creative speaking skills. Explaining differences. Talk about differences between people, places, or things. Example: the city is busy and noisy, while the countryside is calm and quiet. The city has many buildings, but the countryside has more nature. Benefits: practice comparative language. Speak descriptively. Organize ideas clearly. Speeches on abstract topics. Choose topics like happiness, success, or friendship and explain your opinion with examples. Example: happiness is not only about material things. It is about feeling satisfied with life, spending time with loved ones, and achieving personal goals. Benefits: develop advanced vocabulary. Use complex sentences. Speak expressively. Talking about achievements. Explain personal achievements in detail. Example: last year I participated in a school competition and won first place in a science project. I worked hard to prepare my experiment and explained my results clearly to the judges. I felt proud of my accomplishment. Benefits: use past tense. Practice descriptive language. Express emotions clearly. Imaginary conversations with people you admire. Ask questions to someone you admire and answer as if you were them. Example: I ask a famous scientist, "What inspired you to study science?" Then I answer as the scientist. Curiosity, patience, and hard work are very important. Benefits: practice creative thinking. Improve sentence structure. Speak fluently. Explaining daily routines with details. Include reasons and emotions when describing your daily routine. Example: I wake up at 7 o'clock to start my day productively. I take a shower to feel fresh and eat breakfast to have energy for work. Benefits: practice sequencing. Expand vocabulary. Speak naturally and logically. Storytelling with multiple characters. Create a story with several people and describe their thoughts, actions, and interactions. Example: 3 friends explored a forest. John was excited, Sarah was nervous but adventurous, and Mike was cautious. They discovered a hidden waterfall and shared their experiences together. Benefits: practice storytelling skills. Use different perspectives. Speak fluently and creatively. This set of exercises focuses on imagination, presentations, storytelling, comparisons, interviews, and expressive language, helping you speak confidently, logically, and creatively in English. Advanced Solo English Speaking Exercises, Part 7. Practicing English alone helps you improve fluency, vocabulary, and confidence. Here are more methods to make your practice creative, interesting, and effective. Stories with multiple characters. Create stories with several characters, their actions, and dialogues. Example: 3 friends explored a forest. John was excited, Sarah was nervous but adventurous, and Mike was cautious. They discovered a hidden waterfall and shared their experiences together. Benefits: practice dialogue skills. Improve vocabulary. Develop narrative fluency. Summarizing lessons or articles. Read something and summarize it aloud in your own words. Example: I read an article about climate change. Climate change is caused by pollution and deforestation. It affects weather and wildlife. People should reduce emissions and protect the environment. Benefits: focus on main points. Practice concise speaking. Organize ideas logically. Hypothetical problem solving. Imagine a problem and explain how you would solve it. Example: if I lost my phone, I would first check my bag. If I cannot find it, I would ask friends. Then I would call my service provider to block it. Benefits. Use conditionals. Practice sequencing words. Learn practical vocabulary. Describing people. Describe friends or family in detail. Example. My best friend is very kind and helpful. She supports me when I have problems. She has long black hair and a bright smile. Benefits. Practice adjectives. Use sentence variety. Express opinions clearly. Imagining cultural events. Imagine attending a festival or cultural event and describe it. Example. I imagine a festival in another country. People wear traditional clothes, dance, sing, and share food. I learn about their customs and enjoy the celebration. Benefits. Practice descriptive language. Learn vocabulary about culture. Improve storytelling skills. Giving advice. Think of a situation and give advice aloud. Example. If a friend is nervous before an exam, I would suggest studying in small sessions, taking short breaks, and practicing relaxation techniques. Benefits. Practice modal verbs. Use conditionals. Speak persuasively. Personal goals. Speak about your goals and how you plan to achieve them. Example. My goal this year is to improve my English speaking. I will practice speaking for 10 minutes every day, read books, and watch English videos. Benefits. Use future tense. Practice planning language. Express motivation. Describing places. Talk about places you have visited. Example. I visited a mountain village last summer. It had small wooden houses, beautiful gardens, and a river. People were friendly and welcoming. Benefits. Practice adjectives. Use prepositions. Improve sentence variety. Imagining emergency situations. Imagine emergencies and explain what you would do. Example. If there is a fire at home, I will stay calm, alert my family, call emergency services, and exit safely. Benefits. Practice problem-solving language. Use modal verbs. Improve logical sequencing. Summarizing stories or lessons. Summarize books or stories in your own words. Example. I read a story about friendship. It teaches that true friends help each other in difficult times and share happiness. Benefits. Practice concise speaking. Identify main ideas. Express ideas clearly. Imaginative storytelling. Create a fantasy world or adventure and describe it aloud. Example. I imagine a world where animals can talk and live with humans. A boy discovers he can talk to animals and helps solve problems in the forest. Benefits. Improve creativity. Expand vocabulary. Develop fluency. Explaining processes. Explain step-by-step how to do something. Example. To make a sandwich, first take 2 slices of bread. Spread butter on 1 slice, add cheese and vegetables, cover with the second slice, and cut it in half. Benefits. Practice sequencing. Speak clearly. Use descriptive language. Future travel plans. Talk about trips you plan to take. Example. Next year I will visit Japan. I want to explore cities, taste traditional food, and learn about local culture. I will also practice speaking English with tourists. Benefits. Use future tense. Practice planning language. Expand descriptive vocabulary. Giving instructions for devices or technology. Explain how to use technology step by step. Example. To use a smartphone, press the power button, unlock the screen, open the app you want. To take a photo, open the camera and press capture. Benefits. Speak clearly. Use sequencing words. Learn technology vocabulary. Hypothetical inventions. Imagine an invention and explain how it works and why it is useful. Example. I would invent a machine that cleans the ocean. It removes plastic and protects marine life. Benefits. Practice creativity. Use future tense. Expand descriptive language. Sharing personal experiences and lessons. Talk about things you tried and what you learned. Example: last week I tried a new recipe. I learned that following instructions carefully is important and preparation takes time. Benefits: use past tense. Practice sequencing. Speak reflectively. Favorite foods. Talk about your favorite foods in detail. Example: I like pizza because it has cheese, vegetables, and spices. I enjoy eating it with family and friends on weekends. Benefits: practice adjectives. Use descriptive language. Express personal preferences. This part focuses on storytelling, summarizing, problem-solving, describing people and places, imaginative scenarios, and personal expression, all helping you speak naturally, fluently, and creatively in English.